We created Powerful Voices for Kids as a partnership between the Russell Byers Charter School and the Media Education Lab at Temple University because we wanted to explore what media literacy and technology integration look like in a K-6 urban environment.
You get to learn stuff, make videos, and learn how to work the cameras.
Media literacy is a really powerful way to expand the conceptualization of literacy, but in many elementary schools, media and technology are kind of used as as a toy, when you're done with your real work, you get to go play.
What we're trying to do is to give them the tools that they're getting at school that they can apply to all parts of their life. It's actually an attempt to integrate what they're experiencing out of school with what they're learning in school.
If you expect your children to drive, would you just set them in the middle of the highway and put them behind the wheel and let them go? Or would you educate them on driving first? Same thing with media.
The first week of the program, 23 educators came from this school, from the Byers School, and from other schools around the region and around the country and participated in the Summer Institute. I had anticipated that teachers would come with a lot of resistance to talking about popular culture as a literacy practice. And I was surprised and pleased to find out that teachers got that immediately. When we can activate kids' natural interests in their culture, then we can use their interests to promote reading comprehension and writing skills.
We've used English class concepts like literal language and figurative language, and we've also taken new concepts like video editing and creating your own website, and we've been able to integrate this so that they are starting to apply the skills back and forth. So we've kind of opened up a two-way street between the traditional media and the new media that they're using.
Learning to ask questions is a process, and some of the questions that children learn to ask and answer this summer are really simple questions. Who's the author? What's the purpose? What techniques were used to attract your attention? Who's the target audience? What was left out? Some of the most exciting moments in the program came when kids asked questions and really got to sort of unpack some of those ideas with more sensitivity and more nuance than what they'd ever get in encountering those ideas through the mass media. The children that are participating in this program, like most American children, they're using cell phones as young as 7 and 8 years old. They're actively watching television for 3 or 4 hours a day. They're incredibly immersed in a very dynamic media culture. And parents are struggling with what these tools and messages and technologies mean.
When I first got my cell phone, by the time I got home, my cell phone was already programmed with everything in it. She know more about that phone than I do.
Yeah, when I was a kid, there wasn't no 11 o'clock news and nothing, And you see where it's going now. We got stations that do nothing but news, 24 hours a day,
We take trips to show what media is, and then they just give us examples of what it looks like in real life. We went to the Comcast Center and we went to Sprout, and they showed us the puppets because they had a microphone. It was like this thing that goes in your pocket and then it comes up and goes on the shirt.
Media brings messages that are transgressive into children's lives. So through media, children learn about the adult world that is sometimes really messy.
Once you take out the filters, everything comes into the classroom. But we talk about it. Everything is fair game for discussion. And I think when you do that, one, you take away some of the taboo of that controversy in the first place. So whenever we see controversial imagery, if we just know that, we don't just stop and ignore it, we actually talk about it, it's part of that critical investigation process.
We always have to be critical thinkers about the quality of all the messages we receive, whether that's from the New York Times or from some YouTube video.
Sometimes kids only know what they're taught and they don't try to go further to see what they can learn on their own.
When you can think outside the box from others' experience, the best thing for a child, you could teach a child, is how to identify things, how to analyze things, and how to adjust to things. Then they can elevate up to critical thinking where things are more serious as they grow older.
Drama. Action.
Adventure. They're using their brains all the time as opposed to letting them sit and do nothing while they're not in school, because everything that they watch becomes a learning experience.
We wanted to create an opportunity where we could have some deeper, richer conversations, and to do that in the context of kids seeing themselves as authors, kids seeing themselves as makers and as creators of media messages.
In 1 week they were writing a song for audio, in 1 week they were making a film for video, in 1 week they were writing a fiction film script for storytelling week, in 1 week they were doing a debate for a mock trial.
We all wanted to make a video of the different teams of what they've been learning on. Then we figured out that we could make a newscast. We each had to pick a job that we wanted to do. So, and I was over there with Jordan and Jasmine because they was making a commercial.
So what we did was we wrote down our scripts. We came in this room, which is a green screen room, and we used green wall as a green screen. And I played the part of Atlanta, and then we started videotaping.
We made a shoe called Mentor. We made logos first, and then we finished the video.
Teachers sometimes feel like they have to be the experts. And I think in this program, teachers discovered that you don't have to be the expert to create a learning environment where kids can share and ask questions and learn.
All you need to be able to understand are the choices themselves, and there's a lot of software that makes demonstrating those choices easier.
If somebody wanted to teach you how to use the flip camera, you need to know how to hold it.
How do you hold it?
You hold it make sure your fingers are not right there, and make sure you hold it like this.
Part of it is in just demystifying the process for your students, and part of it is in getting them to understand that there are many ways to make good and engaging work that doesn't need to look professional and is really based on their own creativity.
The powerful questioning process is something that takes practice, and so like any muscle, kids got this summer a little chance to exercise that muscle, and we hope to be able to draw that thread back into the classroom this fall when the teachers who were enrolled in the Summer Teacher Professional Development Institute will bring back some of these ideas into their curriculum.
I hope the kids continue to think critically, not only about media. They need to take the skills that they learned here and hopefully be able to apply them in everything they do. Use your voice in everything you do.
The earlier you reach kids with these ideas, the earlier you set them on a path of intellectual thinking about their everyday lives that they can't undo.